Welcome to Extol Live. I'm Angie Fenton. Thanks to our sponsors, the New Washington State Bank and Cutter Woodworking. I'm joined not only by Addie Meiners and Colin Wood, but today we've dragged along Dan Farmer, lead singer of the Juicebox Heroes, and JD Dotson, of course, our resident explorer. But not only that, today he's going to be whipping us into shape. But before we address that, I just wanted to, let's step back for a second, and it's been back to school week for a variety of us. We shared on our Facebook page, I think it was yesterday, the Floyd County Health Department had issued a mask mandate for kids K through 6, when in all actuality, because of the state legislators' laws, what has to happen in order for a mask mandate to be enacted is for the Floyd County commissioners to be able to determine whether or not that's going to happen. So I have a kindergartner. She went to kindergarten for the first time this week. It's been a tremendous experience for her. But like many of you saw, okay, it's the mask mandate that's coming. And so we talked about that. You know, she's 5. Got to try to help prepare her for this. Talked about it, and she was actually excited. I don't know about being excited about wearing masks, but she was. JoJo Siwa on her face. And then it turned out that she didn't actually need that. And I found out this morning. I appreciate Floyd County Commissioner Sean Carruthers for taking my call very, very early to find out what was going on. And he walked me through the steps. And so if you were confused like I was, then you're not alone. So again, the Floyd County Commissioners, it's a TBD, to be determined date that they'll be voting whether or not to enact a mask mandate for kids K through 6. But as of right now, that discretion is up to you. So I just wanted to go ahead and throw that out there and clarify, because it was a little bit of a confusing morning. And I have no idea, since I can't watch her right now, whether or not our dear Olive is wearing her JoJo Siwa or not. So.
I'm sure she's rocking it with pride. If I know Olive, she's sassing it around. So I'm sure she's okay. But how exactly, do you feel about that as a mom of a kindergartner?
Well, I think we've done something, during the pandemic, I'm a daughter of a nurse. And so I have always listened to doctors and medical professionals and nurses for sure. They are at the forefront, that's for sure. My mom also taught me to advocate for my own health. And so we've masked up. We mask up when we go to businesses that ask us to. We mask up when we are around people in different spaces. We are all in our bubble together and vaccinated, but it's just not a thing for me. I don't understand turning something political. I have to say I've enjoyed doing my makeup from here up a little bit. That's the only thing I miss. I don't love, who does, other than, 5-year-old wearing JoJo Siwa, but if it's just a mask. So I think that's how we feel about it. We just wear them. And if that's what it's going to take to protect people, that's what we do. But again, keep an eye on the Floyd County Commissioner's Facebook page and their website for more information about that. And then also talk to your school officials as well. But moving on to other things that are a little lighter for this Friday, if you've been joining us for Extol Live, you know that we always try to mix in some fun, some food, and well, sometimes some music. Dan, I know you didn't bring your band with you, but people are going to get an opportunity to see you tonight. The Juicebox Heroes again.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. Sorry. I'm really excited. The Jeffersonville River Stage is where we perform tonight. We perform from 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. It's free and it's all ages. We have the Skinny. That's a band that I love. They're opening for us at 7 p.m. And, we didn't get to do this last year. We play the River Stage every year. We're one of the headliners, and it's a large crowd and an opportunity to be in my hometown and perform. We travel all around performing. So I always look forward to this. So not having done that for 2 years, the excitement. I'm nervous. I never get nervous about these shows, and I'm nervous, and I can't wait.
How are you nervous?
I don't know. I'm a weird guy, I guess, but I never get nervous on stage, and this time I am, because I just really am excited. The excitement is real inside of me. I've been thinking about this for 2 years, and I finally get the chance to do it tonight.
Okay, so we have had a number of different singers who've come on and performed. Tell me this, especially, you do a lot of things, but true or false, when you are a singer, it's harder to sing in the morning?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I woke up this morning raspy, and that made my nerves go to the next level. I thought, oh no, my voice isn't there. And then I was singing some Motley Crue in the car earlier, and I sang like a gem. So yeah, no problem. I'm gonna nail it tonight.
So what you're saying is that you could sing us a little something right now?
I don't know if the acoustics are right in here, Angie.
They're amazing, aren't they, guys?
I think they sound pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, it's like singing in your bathroom.
Oh man.
I mean, Colin, you're gonna have to hand
I
over
gotta sing
your
something.
mic.
So okay, if I'm gonna have to sing something, I want someone in the room to name an artist. Okay, you got to name an artist.
All right, we're gonna even let you hold the mic. I know Colin is like, no. You are.
I like
You
that.
learned
He had
that
a really
from
strong
me.
grip.
Motley Crue.
Do you want some Motley Crue?
Motley Crue.
Oh, man. Okay.
Should we give you somebody else?
No, I could do
Britney
this.
Spears?
I got
Okay,
this.
he's got it. Yeah, shake it
All
out.
right, all right.
Always got the cops showing after me. Custom built back doing 103 my heart. Yeah, kicks down my heart.
I was actually going to suggest that song too.
It's okay.
You read my
You
mind.
kickstarted us. Okay, that was fantastic. Now, Dan, I asked you right before we were going live. I started asking you a question. So I'm just gonna put this out there. My husband and I will have been married. I just blanked on how many years, but it was 2014. I can tell you that. He's
You should have
smiling
seen
in the back.
Jason's face just a second ago back there.
7. Okay,
I'm not good at-
7.
I'm
Ooh.
not good at math.
Underneath this, I'm turning red for 7 years in October. Did you know that we had an amazing band that played, but we wanted a certain band and they were already booked?
I did know that.
You did know that.
I did. Yeah,
We knew.
We couldn't play your wedding because we were already booked, and I was so bummed about that.
But I hope you know, I mean, because this is your 10th anniversary, and I tell you that because clearly I have no idea what anniversary this is of mine, but that means that even in the beginning stages, I mean, I was a fan. I was a fan of yours. We were together on a local TV station and got to watch you and have watched you blossom. I mean, and it has been amazing. How do you guys keep bringing it? Because you bring it bigger and bigger and bigger every time.
Yeah, I think that, and this is me, I like to be funny, but in all seriousness, and I owe most of this to my band and my crew, Rick Day. We put a ton into this,
yes,
rehearsal wise. I don't think that many bands around here rehearse as hard as we do. We really do take it seriously, especially when you're talking about singing other people's music. As serious as we take it, we really do. We treat it like a business. We get along like a family, and we're always trying to push ourselves to the next level each year. How can we outdo what we did last year? So here we are 10 years later, and I'm thinking we're going to keep doing that until the wheels fall off. That's the plan.
Well, I mean, when the wheels are falling off and Jason and I renew our vows or something, then we're going to book you guys.
Call us. The wheels will be off. We'll still be okay.
It'll still be okay. Give the details again from the River Stage tonight so people can come and see you. It's gonna be
if you want to come out, I promise you won't be disappointed. A lot of people compare us to, I don't know, a firecracker in a bottle. But we're the Juicebox Heroes. We played tonight at the Jeffersonville River Stage. It's all ages and free. We play from 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. and the Skinny plays at 7 p.m. And I can't wait. We got special guests that are going to be joining us on stage. We're going to be a 10-piece band. I'm not supposed to give that away.
You just
Look what
gave
I've
that
done.
away.
Look what I've done.
Can you do this?
10-piece band.
I always cook, which means that I stop by and pick up breakfast from somewhere local for these guys. And I'm glad that all of you are here, but also we've got to give a shout out to all the members of your band. Because I mean, when I say you bring it in every genre. I love when you throw rap in there, by the way.
Yeah, we try to mix it up. So shout out to Josh Howe, Josh Enzer, Dexter Neal, Kyle Regan, Sydney Majors, Peyton Connors. Love you, Juicebox Heroes. I'm Dan Farmer. Thank you.
Oh, I think we need to drop a mic on that. Do not drop that mic. Do not drop that mic. No, today I stopped at Sweet Stuff, and I don't know what your favorites are, but gotta love Sweet Stuff. They're located here in New Albany. So anybody you've got a little,
that Rice
you've got
Krispie
two.
treat.
You've got two. Probably one who shouldn't be eating Rice Krispie treats. Too little. Too little. Nutty oatmeal coconut chewies. JD's saying pass those along.
Big old cinnamon roll.
Big old cinnamon roll. Ooh.
Colin written all over it.
I mean, I'll
man.
take any of it.
Yeah.
Colin will. And then no
So
bake peanut butter cookies. But then, of course, we also have some amazing donuts as well. And I'll open these up. Got a variety of these. They taped them very well because they know that when I'm walking from my car, the only thing I did drop that. And look
And you were going to give that to me.
but it did not fall out.
Stayed inside.
Of
Okay.
course.
I guess what I'm
Preface that.
what I'm
Man,
saying
man.
is they package things so well, nothing happened. But then look at all these. There's some beautiful deliciousness right in there, sweet stuff. We love you, that's for sure.
The smell is great.
I'm just trying to get you all prepared for JD's fitness segment.
Yes.
I'll be over here while that's happening, eating donuts.
JD will
So-
be over here.
Yeah.
Yes. So, okay, Dan, you're going to stick around with us, right? Because I think you've heard that every once in a while we like a little bit of game time.
Yeah,
on Extol
absolutely.
Live.
That and I don't have anything else to do, so I'm just excited to be
I don't know if we should feel complimented or
I don't
kicked
know.
right there, but we'll take it. We're glad you're here. And Dan actually is we're going to put him through a workout. Addie, coming up in just a few minutes, Addie's our explorer as well. You and Colin went to Jeffersonville. I know you're going to give us more details, but can you give us even a little sneak peek?
So I did try some bubble tea for the first time, which was very, very interesting to say the least. So I'm just going to leave it at that. And
Okay.
you can get my review.
You're going to want to see her reaction.
You were going to
That's
want
going
to
to be
see her
something you want
reaction.
to stay for.
Okay, and then the final thing, because we have been talking about people like, for instance, I love country and Billy Ray Cyrus, and Colin had no idea who Billy Ray Cyrus was, but that transpired over the last few weeks into talk about Kanye and Kanye's big, headline making, where he did not release his album, but then he was going to release his album, and then what happened?
Well, it was supposed to be released today, and I guess I could just pick up where I left off at. He was supposed to release it today, and he was having his grand release party just like he did 2 weeks ago, and he made a big deal about it. He even had a 24-hour live stream going on of him just sitting in his room, supposedly working on the finishing touches of the album, but now we know that wasn't true. But actually, I did make a list of his previous albums that have been delayed, and they're pretty much all of them. So you can't really be surprised.
Every single one.
Yeah. So his debut album, which was The College Dropout, that actually was delayed for 2 weeks.
Okay.
So that came out 2 weeks later. And then the late registration came out a month and a half after its release. So, and then My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy came out a week earlier, which was a big shocker for me when I found that out, because that came out a week earlier. But that's the only
Okay.
one that came out earlier.
So basically when Kanye gives you a date, a release
Just
date, you
ignore
should
it.
just,
It's like
It'll be
within,
that general
the
area
3-month
of
time frame.
Yeah.
Okay.
But-
I'm going to let you get just sum that up really quickly.
We got Watch the Throne, which is going to come out a week
Okay.
later. And then Life of Pablo went from February 11th to a Valentine's Day exclusive. Was delayed for 2 years. And it went from 2016 to June of 2018.
That I did not know.
So, and then his latest album that came out came out a couple years ago. It was delayed for a month.
Okay,
So-
Dan, do you do any Kanye West?
I do. Yeah, we do. I probably rap Gold Digger, I don't know, 500 times now. Yeah, but I'm not going to rap it on here.
I'd say it's safe to assume we're going to get it within,
We
2
get it.
weeks to 2 years.
I think we would get it from Dan before we're going to get it from Kanye is basically what you're saying. All right, Colin, you did great research on that. We'll keep you posted. I think it's like the Kanye watch. But speaking of keeping you posted, we have shared our Furry Friday videos since the very beginning. It's really important to us to help get animals adopted. We're going to show another video today that we've shown before because we want to help these dogs who are from the Jeffersonville Animal Shelter get adopted. We're keen on that. We believe that they have a home somewhere out there, whether that's with you or not. So here's a video with Bruno and Roscoe. Update to that. Bruno got adopted. We are thrilled. We keep sending Addie there to the Jeffersonville Animal Shelter, which by the week will be with us next Friday when Cadella's from Cadellas.com, Lori Unruh is actually going to give them a check based on proceeds from July, which is really cool. But Bruno got adopted, so you'll see him in this video. Roscoe did not. Roscoe is still looking for his forever home. So if you are interested in an amazing dog, he's a beautiful, sweet dog, loves to play. Well, how about this? Let's just check out the video. Once again, Bruno was adopted, but Roscoe was a little white dog who you saw. I think he gave like a dog smile or something, but he is still available for adoption from Jeffersonville Animal Shelter. And we would love to see him go to a fantastic home. But switching gears, we have Dr. Melissa Fry, who's joining with us. Now, Dr. Fry, you are on the Community Foundation of Southern Indiana Board of Directors, as am I, and you are also a sociologist with Indiana University Southeast. Very recently, put out the priorities for progress. I mean, I'm going to ask you to first and foremost explain what is a community needs assessment and when do you do them and who are the partners?
So the assessment is an assessment of our assets and our priorities and what people want to see in the community. We used to always call them needs assessments. Now we really try to focus on some of the positive,
yes.
right? So we can do asset-based development, but it does point to really important needs and areas of opportunity. The partners in this one are the Community Foundation of Southern Indiana and Indiana University Southeast. But we also pull in others because we try to talk to local organizations, and we hosted a variety of listening sessions all across Clark and Floyd counties to hear what residents had to say. And we had representatives of a number of organizations show up at those events. So what it does is it brings together people's comments and their ideas for what can happen in this region with publicly available data on sort of the status of the region, how we're doing in education and health and a variety of areas. And then we did a survey. We surveyed more than 600 residents, responded and shared with us their perceptions of the area's strengths, areas of need, top priorities for progress. And they shared comments as well. A lot of it was, sort of a multiple choice sort of survey, but they also shared a lot of open-ended comments to explain what they thought was most important for the community. And then we pull all that together and kind of try to triangulate it and think about what the combination of information tells us about the region and then present it in this form.
I mean, when I got this, I read it, cover to cover, and I think one of the pieces, because as you say, assets and aspirations, priorities for progress, but there's still some tough reality in this, but I appreciated that there's some hope as well. Clark and Floyd counties are good places to live. That is something I hung on to. And these are the voices of hundreds of people.
Yeah.
So one, it's available on the Community Foundation of Southern Indiana's website. Anybody can go there and read it for yourself. And I encourage you. And in fact, in the very beginning, there's an executive summary that gives you a synopsis. But for our sake, we have far less time than what those pages would take up to read. But can you just give us a succinct synopsis of, what is in this?
So I think what it shows, as you said, people really love living here. The strongest agreement that we find throughout the survey is on variables that we call sort of social capital and social amenity variables, that people feel really good about the people, the history, and feel tied to the region. We also found that people are very concerned about substance abuse issues, about access to mental health, about access to affordable childcare. And that when we look at the combination of data, what we really see are areas of need in health and education and housing persist. Those areas of need were identified in 2015, and those are persistent areas of need, and that access to mental health and substance abuse treatment and even early care and education are real barriers to fully realizing success in health, education, and housing, which then affect economic development. So we need living wage jobs, and that has come out in both surveys and maybe a little more so in this one. But in order for us to build and attract those high quality jobs, we got to be healthy, we got to be educated, we got to have access to the supports that we need, and we have to be housed.
I have to say, I mean, this is Clark and Floyd counties. I was a little surprised by how pervasive substance abuse is amongst kids and amongst young people. I mean, adults, I think I was more cognizant of that, but not young people. I mean, how much of an issue are we talking about?
So we definitely have an issue in this region. We persistently, over the years, I've done some evaluation work with some of our local providers who really look at the survey data on youth and their use patterns. And we persistently have higher levels of use than average in the state in a number of areas. I think in Clark County, they've sort of gotten real about some of their issues, and they're really dealing head on with it. We have local coalitions in both counties that are working hard on these issues and excellent providers of prevention education in our schools. But I think there's still a tendency in Floyd County to try to, brush over what's happening. And in a more affluent community, it's easy to hide. It's easy to hide family problems. This is an issue that people don't generally share and talk about, and that makes it harder for us to address it.
And I appreciate you saying that, because it's not one type of person. Yeah. I mean, and if you know anything about addiction, if you know anything about substance abuse, it affects all aspects of our community.
That's right. And even in the report, one of the things we do is we compare some of our health data, including things related to substance use, to the #1 ranked healthiest county in the state of Indiana, which is Hamilton County. And they actually have a really high DUI rate, right? So it's important to recognize that some of those more affluent communities struggle mightily with issues of substance abuse and particularly with DUIs and things where if people are trying to hide their use, that's where they end up getting caught.
So I shared, that's what surprised me, was how pervasive substance abuse is with our younger population. Anything surprise you with the findings?
So one of the issues that keeps coming up that concerns me and does surprise me a little bit is that we have relatively low educational attainment in this region. We're still pretty far behind national averages on bachelor and graduate and professional degree attainment, but we don't see it as a priority. The people in this community place trade certificates as #1, which we definitely need trade certificates, and we need to support youth going into the trades. We want those career pathways, but we also need to have our youth following career pathways that move them through college attainment and professional and graduate degrees. And without that, it's very hard to build and attract those living wage jobs and have enough economic activity to really drive a thriving economy.
Interesting. What about what your average person can do? I mean, it's one thing if you belong to an agency or you work for a nonprofit and you're already in mesh. But I mean, if you're just a resident, and I say just because everyone is valuable, but the news in general can be overwhelming and it can feel hopeless and you can feel helpless. And that is a spot I think a lot of us have felt just from the pandemic. But then when you read this, and I, again, appreciate Priorities for Progress, which puts positivity on it, but it's still, there's some heavy lifting in here. So what are some things that people can do?
So first off, I will say that at our listening sessions, we found that people really want to know each other better. They want to commune. They want spaces to come together and be social with their neighbors and with their community. And I think a lot of people feel like they've lost that. And certainly this was at the beginning of the pandemic. So we hadn't, or before the pandemic. So we hadn't really, we hadn't moved into real isolation yet. And yet people were feeling isolated. So I think most importantly is for people to engage in their community. Whatever that means for you. Maybe you play in a recreational sports league, or you are part of a civic organization, or you belong to a faith community, or whatever it might be for you. You join the school board or the PTO or whatever it might be. Engage, because those spaces of engagement are where we build the kinds of connections that help build us, build a stronger community, but also build stronger institutions and help us solve our problems together. When we know people that we wouldn't otherwise know, but we know them because we play softball or something, we're open to hearing them and really understanding other people's perspectives. And I think we need a lot more of that, a lot more of what we call in sociology, these middle ring connections with people that aren't part of your day-to-day, maybe have a different day-to-day themselves, but you learn the most from your connections to them.
I have to ask this because, obviously during the pandemic, we communicated primarily with people via computer, or if we were lucky, phone instead of a computer screen. I appreciated phone calls so much. And now, we are getting together with one another. But we're still in the midst of a pandemic.
Yeah.
What would you, especially for people who are not ready to engage and interact. We've seen it. We've seen it, with young kids all the way up to our seniors. How things are affecting people without that interaction. What's the best way? What do you think we should be doing?
Well, I think it's really hard during the pandemic, and I don't have any silver bullet solutions to that. I will say that the investments that both of these counties have made in our outdoor spaces are a wonderful resource during a time when we can't gather indoors. So I encourage people to get out and use those amenities. I'm a Greenway user in a very big way, and I tell you, there's a lot of people down there, but our other parks and recreation facilities are also really good spaces for people to still see other people, even talk at a little safe distance, and engage some, and I encourage people to do that. It's also just good for people to get outside, but I think it is a way to continue to be social amid these difficult times.
Absolutely. We're going to wrap here. We love going to the Greenway and the New Albany Skate Park. Shout out to the skaters who always watch out for a 5-year-old, and they do. They're amazing, but it's just a great place to be. And you found, though, a lot of your respondents really want that. They want safe access. They want to be able to walk and bike to recreational areas in the communities. It's important.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Dr. Fry, for taking the time. Again, I encourage you to go to the Community Foundation of Southern Indiana's website so you can read this, Priorities for Progress, by yourself. You can determine what you'd like to do, but also some of the tips that Dr. Fry shared are right there in the report to give you some suggestions. We're thankful to our sponsors of Extol Live. That includes the New Washington State Bank and Cutter Woodworking as well.
I'm Randy Cutter, CEO here at Cutter Woodworking. What I want to take and talk about mostly today is the culture, one of my key responsibilities of this company. Attitude, effort, and innovation are our core values of KW. Within this organization, we got a sense of pride here. We have average tenure here is 20 years. We've seen people start here, retire here. We've seen people, their kids start here and working here in the process. We really enjoy the family aspect of it. It really leaves a lot of pride in the organization. And with all that, if everybody enjoys their job, the day goes quicker, and we're building a company that people enjoy working for and coming to work for, and there's a lot of opportunity for growth no matter what kind of knowledge base or experience you have. We want you to do more than just being a job to you. We would really like for this, we use your ideas, we build off your ideas, the team members' ideas, to where the day goes faster. We're also building a company that's going to last.
We're working out with JD. We're going to be jumping with JD Dotson here. He has been a member of the Extol team since we started way back in 2015. We have Addie Meiners, who is an Extol reporter, as well as she has the series Explore with Addie. And of course, we have Dan Farmer, lead singer of the Juicebox Heroes. Dan, once again, now that you got that mic in your hand, tonight, where can people see you?
Jeffersonville River Stage, 8:30 to 10:30.
That is such a great venue.
It's the best. I mean, it's awesome. 2 years ago, we drew 6,000 people. Maybe we'll beat that tonight. I don't care if there's 500 people that show up. I'm going to perform like there's 50,000 people. That's just how it is.
I don't think you're going to have an issue beating the record. One, it's you guys. Two, it's your 10th anniversary.
10-year
Three,
anniversary.
it's the Jeffersonville River Stage. And four, thank you, Mother Nature. It's going to be amazing.
Beautiful night. Beautiful night. Bring your kids.
Bring your kids for sure. Come out. And I mean, Dr. Fry, we were just talking to, I mean, there's outdoor space, whether you want to mingle or you want to space out. I mean, you can do all of that. I have to tell a quick story though. You just said, I think that you don't care if 500 people show up. I have watched your band rock it for far less than 500 people and play like you were in a stadium of 30,000 and am forever in awe. Forever.
Yeah, that was what was that at the casino?
Yes, it was a Syra. Shout out to our realtors. I've been giving shout outs today. I have no idea where that came from. I think my 5-year-old said that today. We'll actually be talking to a realtor coming up, a real estate broker coming up, but they know how to have some fun. And eventually at the event, they all went to the casino and I think we stayed.
You did.
We stayed and danced.
You did. You and Jason stayed, and we wanted to make sure you had the time of your life.
It was, in fact, shortly after, I think it was the first time, I know this for a fact, it was the first time we'd ever left our daughter after I had given birth at home. And we forgot about, I mean, we didn't forget about you, Olive, but we did. And we made the most of that night and danced like it was the first time and last time.
Yep. Yeah, it was a blast of a night.
I love the Juicebox Heroes. I just want you all to come with me, just follow along. But I am going to actually get out of the way. Dan is going to talk to Addie and JD in just a moment about why exercise is so important in his life and his other career. Am I making the moves right? Not at all.
I don't remember.
Addie, you're going to have to work that mic with JD there, but I'm going to just warn you both right now, when he wields his jump rope, get out of the way, because you've got a concert tonight, and Addie, we just want you to stay with us.
I just don't want to get hurt. That's all.
All right, JD, take it away.
So JD, I'll say. So you're not only working here at Extol with all of us, but you're also getting certified. You want to talk a little bit more about that?
So I've done all the coursework to get certified. I just have to take the test, which I'm sure a lot of us can relate to. Test anxiety. I've got that a little bit, but I got till the end of the month, so we'll see.
All right, well, you've got some time, and I'm sure you're prepared. You've studied, you're prepared, you're ready to go. But also, Dan is not just a musician. You also used to do MMA?
Yeah, I did. I was a professional MMA fighter for 5 years.
Professional.
Yeah, so I've been in a lot of fist fights in a cage. There was a lot of training that went into that. I don't do that anymore, but that is the reason I have this ugly mug today, as I've been hit a lot. Now I'm just a runner, but I still maintain my fitness. That's for sure. It's important.
Well, that's good. So now today, JD is going to put us a little bit to work, and you're going to show us a little bit more about how you don't always need a gym to work out, right?
Right. So I travel with my other job a lot, and especially during pandemic times, a lot of the hotels I've gone to did not have gyms that were open. So how do you work out when you don't have a place to work out? And then also, I think a lot of us I don't have time to go to a gym. I don't have time to do this. I think you can find time if you simplify it a little bit. So, yeah. So, so we'll do a little warm up. Maybe your jeans are perfect for this. I mean, stretch it out. It's fine. But we'll do a little warm up. So you want to kind of get your body kind of moving. So first thing you'll do, we'll start out with some jumping jacks. Very easy. Everybody knows the jumping jack. So I'm not going to do it with, So we're just going to do 10 jumping jacks, and I'm going to kind of walk you through a little few rounds of warm up. So we'll do that. So
on your mark,
give me 10 jumping jacks.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
We're gonna have a sweat, and then we'll go right into 3 inchworms. Now, you probably know an inchworm. I know you know an inchworm. Do you know an inchworm?
No, what is that?
I'm gonna demonstrate an inchworm.
All right.
So these
See
are
it.
great. We're gonna stand here, feet a little bit wider than hip width. You're gonna go down. I'm gonna try to, as I'm going down, I'm gonna kind of keep this straight here in the back. So you're gonna feel it back here, all the way down. Push up, and keeping your legs straight. Push yourself back.
Oh man, all right. I'm like, jeez.
Okay, so
I
just
wouldn't
gonna do
go to the gym this morning if I known I was gonna get a workout in here.
3 of those, just all the way down. Keep those legs straight back there till you touch the ground. Walk yourself out, and let's see a push up. There you go. Keep your legs straight all the way back. Let's just do for time. Do 1 more of those. I love that I don't have to do this. I can just watch you all do it. You're doing great.
They haven't torn yet. So.
And then we're just going to do some rounds of squats. We're going to keep it a little short. If I was doing this as a workout, I would probably do, 3 or 4 of these, 5 of these. You can just kind of set your own. We'll do a few first. So we're going to do a squat, an air squat, just like you're sitting in a chair. So that chair's back there. Keep your body upright and just straight down. Keep your toes pointed forward. There you go. It's interesting doing it with a microphone, right? And then we're going to pop into some lunges. So it's just some front lunges. Keep your body upright. Step out. Take that right knee down to the ground and then switch. It is weird doing it with a microphone.
You look like a natural.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You want to just make sure you don't extend that knee in front. Your knee's kind of straight up and down like that, and you're good. Yeah, that's perfect. You've done these before, I feel. So as a warm-up, I would do that whole series a few times, and it'll kind of get your heart rate going, just kind of one right after another. So that's how we'll kind of warm up. I'm starting to sweat a little bit. Is it warm in here? Is it the
I'm
lights?
sweating more than I thought I would in my skin.
Right. Right. So we'll do that. And then talking about going to a gym versus doing it in your tiny hotel room, which I've done before. I brought along some bands. They pack really well. I'll roll them up. I stick them in my suitcase. So these are great. I'm going to pass a couple, let you guys have these. I'll let you have this one, but I'm going to demo.
Sure. Yep.
So we're going to do some pull apart. So you've done this before. You take your bands, hold them here, and just straight out like this, right?
We'll let Dan be the.
Yeah, like that.
I'll be the microphone stand.
Oh, okay. I was going to give you this one.
Okay, sure.
Just pull these straight out right across your chest, right? Now your next one you're going to do like this. Hold it, hands there. Keep your elbows tucked there in your side and just pull them straight out like that, right? And then this next one's going to be tricky. So you can just do rounds of these, little warm up. This one you're going to hold it here like this. I'm going to go from here all the way around, right? When I get back here, pull it up to my back, push it straight out. Just a little bit of a chest press, right?
So I'm going
All the way back. Yep.
around.
Yep. And you push it out.
They make it look so easy.
So these look, do you want to try this? Andy?
I guess I will.
I'll do this. So let's do like 5 of those first ones. Just pull apart. Yep. Yeah, push it out like a chest press. So it's not too bad.
But I definitely can feel it
Yeah, it's good.
though. See? The long wingspan. It's getting us. There we go. All right. Ooh.
Yeah, so those are good. So there's different bands you can do for different things. So there's the thicker the band, the wider the band, the more resistance. So I brought this one. This one you can use.
Sure.
I'm going to give you this one because this one's a little bit heavier. Hold this for a second.
Yes, sir.
And we'll do we're going to do like a good morning. Do you know good morning?
Mm-hmm.
Without anything, a good morning. You're keeping your back straight. You'll feel it right back here. This is where you should feel it, right? So just it's a good morning bow, right? So when you get down to this level, we're going to do it with this, right? So I'm going to put this over my head right there. I'm going to pull it down, step into it. This is going to take your good morning to a whole other level. So there we go. We're going to keep our back straight. Not going to hunch, back straight, and then just down to you'll feel it right there. and then back up.
I feel like I'll feel it a little bit in my back trying to hold that up.
You're going to feel it. Hopefully you'll feel it back here. If you're feeling it in your back, you're hunching down a little bit. So your back straight and just.
All about good form, good posture.
While you all do that, I'm going to grab my jump rope. Just do a couple of those.
Okay.
My height, this thing's not going to bust, is it?
No, it's fine. You're fine.
Gotcha.
That would be some real entertainment.
For some people.
Not for you.
Yeah, put it right on your back there.
I think there's a really good shot this busts.
I just had to step in here to grab the microphone, but more than anything to get a close up on that, Colin.
My hamstrings are
How you
just,
feeling, Dan?
oh, my hamstrings are just whistling under these skinny jeans. It's a heck of a burn. It's actually a great workout. I love it.
It is, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, pull those shoulders back. Keep your back
Right, shoulders
straight.
back.
Yeah,
There we
you
go.
Oh, we got
Oh,
that.
they're whistling even more now that I've got proper posture.
You're gonna love us tonight when you are on stage.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on stage gassed out after an hour. Thanks, Angie Fenton. A warning would have been nice. I would have wore shorts like my compadre over here.
But the great thing is with the bands, you can do curls, you can do push-ups with the band. You can kind of add the band into everything and make it a little harder. So,
Yeah.
and Angie's making me jump rope.
I love it. Have at it,
Is
friend.
that what this was? That's what this was? Okay.
All you. I'm standing back.
We're just going to do a little jump rope because she wants to embarrass me. So.
Watch that back.
If you're jumping rope, you step away from anything that's expensive. Cameras. It'll happen again.
We need a wide shot, please.
What?
We need a wide.
You made him laugh.
I can't talk. I can't do it. It's all the pressure. It's the pressure.
You did it.
Okay.
That was impressive.
Better than I could do.
Yeah. That deserves a round of applause.
That was not great. So, thanks.
You still did it. It was all good. And now, Angie, we are going to toss it over to you with Sarah. And you guys are going to talk a little bit about real estate, I believe, is what is coming on next. So let's check it out.
Oh my goodness, I'm sweating just watching that. By the way, my intention was in no way to embarrass JD. I don't know how well you can see on camera whether or not you could see, but JD is it quadruple, triple?
No. Just two.
Oh, just two
Just
is
two.
what he says.
Just two.
All I know is I think he ripped off a piece of our wood bench, and I tried to tell Dan and I tried to tell Addie stay away from JD when he jumps rope because it is fierce and awesome. You are amazing, JD. And thank you to Dan Farmer from Juicebox Heroes. When you see him tonight at the river stage, it was not my fault. But he will bring it, and you know that he will. But right now, we're joined by Sarah Lopp-Dietrich. And Sarah, you actually have known JD for a long time.
Long time.
Did you know he can jump rope like that?
I did not know. I didn't know that. But yeah, I've known JD since I was, 14? Yeah, I'm not going to tell my age, but yes, a long time.
I think we say it's like 2 degrees of separation of JD
Uh-huh.
because everywhere we go,
Everybody knows JD. Yeah.
So switching gears, because seriously, I think I was sweating
Sweating.
a little bit because of them and laughing. I had to walk away. I think Jason Applegate, who's our director and board operator, about fell off his stool laughing. I think he's okay now. But Sarah, switching gears.
Sure.
Lopp Realtors, of course, your father, John Lopp,
Yes.
you are in business together. You have all kinds of different agents. You're in the real estate market.
Yes.
What a market.
Crazy market, blessed, first and foremost. But yes, my dad is John Lopp. We've been he's been commercial developer for 30 plus years. And about 4 years ago, we decided to open up the residential side of the company, which has been wonderful. We've brought on wonderful agents in the 4 years. And this market is insane. It's crazy. in a good way.
In a good way.
Yes.
So let's start with sellers. If
Sure.
you are someone who is looking to sell your home right now, I mean, what would you say to them once they call you?
Well, first and foremost, don't try and do it yourself. I know there's a lot because the market's so crazy busy and the interest rates are still low. I think that a lot of people think, well, I can do it without an agent. Really, we're here to help. It's a stressful situation. You know, at first you might have a ton of people approaching you, and then it gets really serious really quick, where you're overwhelmed with offers, inspection repair requests. We're there to help guide through that process and negotiate on your behalf.
When we have sold in the past, and this has been years and years and years ago, I mean, I was so grateful to be able to hand that over, because I mean, it's one of the top stressors in your life.
It's one of the biggest purchases you're ever going to make as a buyer and as a seller. I mean, it's a stressful time, and it can be an emotional time too. I mean, let's be honest, we're all attached to our living space in one way, shape, or form. So putting a price on that it can be emotional. So we're here to help guide through those steps.
Are you seeing when people put homes on the market, I mean, that they are just, are we still seeing them just go?
Yes.
Yes.
They're going quick. And that's one of the things where we want to help guide when you have a multiple offer situation or you have 5 or 6 people looking at your home. We're here to help talk you through that process.
Okay, so I've seen some things in just researching what realtors do, et cetera. What are your personal thoughts about this? I mean, people have gotten so desperate now when they see a house on the market that they're writing letters to the seller, almost pleading their case, which to me would be like,
Sure. And that does help. That does, that can help, especially if, maybe someone's moving in from out of state or they have children in a certain school district. I mean, I don't necessarily frown upon that. I do think that as a seller, you have to look at all areas and obviously look at the big scope. And if you're presented with multiple offers or abundance of people, that is a blessing that coming to you to buy your home, to give everybody a fair chance and really, really look through the terms.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, it would be hard to separate. I mean, if there's a personal touch, somebody becomes a real person.
Absolutely. And I do think that we just have to everybody needs to kind of calm down, slow down, stop and look at the whole big picture, because it can get, very stressful very fast. And that's what we're here to help.
Okay. So then what's a tip that you would throw out to buyers, especially, I mean, somebody I think of the world of, he and his fiance, they're getting ready to get married, had their dream home, and gone.
So buyers, I would encourage them to make sure that they, if they're not going in with a cash purchase, that they speak to a lender first and foremost, and they know exactly where they stand financially and the steps that they need to make, and they stay within their budget. Therefore, they're fully prepared to make the strongest offer as possible when they go to shop for their property. And we have relationships with lenders all across the community, so we're always here to help guide through that.
I know people can visit loprealtors.com. Are you going to stick around with us?
Absolutely. I wouldn't miss it.
Now that you've known, I mean, I think my name's been thrown out here multiple times by multiple guests. You never know what you're up for. You're sure about that?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Sarah, we appreciate you
Thank
taking
you.
the time. Again, loprealtors.com. We also appreciate our sponsors of Extol Live. That includes Cutter Woodworking and New Washington State Bank.
All right, well, as we mentioned earlier, I did get to try some bubble tea for the first time. For this week's Explore with Addie, I headed over to Fresco Tea Bar in Jeffersonville. So take a look at what I found. Welcome to Fresco Tea Bar, located on Pearl Street in downtown Jeffersonville at the foot of the walking bridge. They offer plenty of refreshing options like teas, coffees, pastries, and bagels, and, as you're about to see, bubble tea. Okay guys, so I just ordered a green tea bubble latte that she's making for me here right now. Thank you. All right guys, moment of truth. I'm really nervous to try this right now. I got the green tea latte, so let's see how it tastes. Oh my God, I was not ready for that. It doesn't taste awful. I don't know if I haven't tried one of the little bubbles yet. I'm a little scared to try a bubble, so let's get a bubble. We got a bubble in the straw right there. What is that? It's like chewy. I'm a big texture person and I don't like odd textures, and that was an odd texture. But you know what? It's not bad. It's not bad. Taste is not bad at all. So I'm going to say taste, I'm gonna say like a 7.5 because the taste is pretty good. But I am not a texture person, or I'm a big texture person, and the texture of those little bubbles is not my speed. So. One more taste. Little bubbles are blocking the spot. At the Jeffersonville location, there are multiple indoor and outdoor spaces to relax and enjoy a drink or a treat. They also have a private entertainment space upstairs for parties, gatherings, or receptions. All right, guys, one more taste of this. I just can't get over the little bubbles. It's just like invade your mouth. I don't know how you feel about it, but it's not just bubble tea here. They have plenty of other options: teas, lemonades, coffees, pastries, and even some cute little knick-knack type things that they have downstairs as well that you can check out. So come on over to Fresco Tea Bar in Jeffersonville, right next to the walking bridge. I'm looking at the walking bridge right now. Come check it out and tune in again next week for another Explore with Addie.
All right, Addie, I have to say, I appreciate your candor with the bubbles. So you're a fan of Fresco, is that safe to say, but
Yes.
not a fan of actual bubble tea?
Yes, it was. I'm a big texture person. Like, I really don't even like strawberries or like certain fruits like that. It has a weird feel. Like, I think it tastes good, but it just has
Did
a weird
she just say she
feel.
doesn't like strawberries?
I know,
You just said you don't like
I know. I'm weird. I'm weird.
Everybody has their preferences. I don't think that's weird. It's just I've never heard that. So you don't like you just don't like the
It's
texture.
just those little seeds. Like it's just a funny texture, and I don't like I'm weird with melons, certain melons.
Okay,
So I don't know.
So, but Fresco, I mean, what a great location. But JD, okay, I know what this is. What's one thing that other people may like that you don't?
Squishy beans.
You got to use that, work that mic at him.
Squishy beans.
Squishy beans, like refried beans, not doing it.
Never. Yeah.
I'm with you on that one.
Okay.
Love 'em. Love
What about
'em.
you, Sarah?
Beans all day. I can do.
Colin, I'm going to have
Yep.
you come down here so Addie can work the mic with both of you. Sarah, what's your one? I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'll try anything once.
Yeah.
There's not many things I don't eat. Let's be honest.
I will not eat ketchup or cantaloupe. Other than that, I'm good to go, baby.
See, cantaloupe. I have so many people that
Did
don't
you
like
just
cantaloupe.
say ketchup?
Have you tried ketchup on cantaloupe? Delicious.
I
Is that-
can't even imagine that. That sounds like
That's like Dan. That's like Dan's worst night.
I think I had a nightmare about that.
You
last
are
week.
a ketchup hater?
I hate it. Oh.
You just had like a visceral response to ketchup right there. Wow.
I'm not into sugar tomato paste. That's the ketchup.
What about the no sugar added?
Oh, I don't know. I won't touch it.
You just won't touch it. Do your kids? I mean, well, the one who eats actual
the-
solid food.
Yeah, the 8-month-old. She's a huge
not-
ketchup.
Big, we just put it in her bottle.
No, my 8-year-old son, he doesn't touch ketchup either. So yeah.
Wow.
What's your thing? You have to have something you don't like.
I don't know. I'm looking at JD going, I don't know. No, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it, but I mean, I've shared this before. I've been vegan since October. So I know that the health stuff, that's a whole nother Extol live. But I mean, I always loved meats and things. I'm not a big sweets eater, but I will.
Is this torture right here?
No, not at all.
That's good.
Liver, I think, should not exist. Maybe that's it. Liver should not exist. Okay, Colin, what about yours?
We've already talked about mine before.
I
It was
forgot
with the grilled food. It's like that whole genre of
Period.
like barbecued stuff like that. I know it's very non-American of me, but I don't enjoy the taste.
I mean,
We said we wouldn't judge,
grilled
but like,
food,
I'm
no
not judging.
judgment.
I don't know. I guess
Now
I
we're
can be
judging.
judged by strawberries.
All
Touche.
right.
To each their own.
Well, let's do this. No judgment here. Before we wrap up Extol Live, you know I love a good game of trivia, right? Are you all ready?
Can I move some obstacles out of my
You
way?
can.
Do we have to touch the buzzer? Is that how this trivia game
Yes.
works?
You have to
It's my
sanitize
first
first.
time on
And
Extol.
then-
It's the two of you versus the
Okay.
three of you.
All
So you have to
right.
put one hand
I feel
behind
like
your
we're
back.
outnumbered.
I'll even take a step back.
Here, you be the buzzer guy. Since I got the mic.
All right.
Will you buzz for the team?
All right. Ready? What is the most common color of toilet paper in France?
Pink.
Whoa. It's Colin's turn.
Wait, I thought it was team.
One at a time.
Well,
One at a time.
Oh.
Disqualified,
All
but true. But
I've
true.
never been to
All right.
France. I don't
We're
know.
gonna give you one more chance. Okay, ready? The average person does what 13 times a day?
Touch their face.
Oh,
I think that's 13
that's
times
like
a minute.
13,000, right?
Yeah.
Colin, you want to steal?
I don't know. I feel like I'm overthinking it. Could I say, I don't know, picks their nose?
Oh,
I sure as heck
I do
hope
that
not.
way more than 13 times a day. I guess I'm not average.
you can say that, but that is sorely wrong. And what kind of people are you hanging around with? Laughs. The answer is laughs.
Okay.
All right, you have to go to the end of the line. Sarah is up
Okay.
next.
I think we've laughed more than 13 times in this show.
Well,
alone.
I hope so. All right, we are finishing up here. What were the first ice hockey pucks made out of?
Ice?
No, but that would be, I mean, why not?
Plastic?
No. Frozen cow dung.
Oh, of
All right,
course.
Dan's
Of
up,
course.
JD's up, time's running out, clock's ticking. Here we go. It is illegal in Texas to put what on your neighbor's cow?
Ketchup.
Cantaloupe.
A saddle.
Graffiti. It is illegal. Graffiti. All right, here we go. Colin, Sarah, you're up.
Okay.
True or false? You ready? True or false? You can sneeze in your sleep.
True.
Sarah, do you want to steal
True.
that?
Yeah. False.
False is correct.
I swear I've sneezed in my sleep.
But how would you know, Colin? You were.
You dreamed you sneezed.
All right. Who's up next? I like this one. We've got three more, and then we're going to wrap this show. Who invented the word vomit?
Webster.
Ooh, no, but
Good
the
thought.
name starts with a W. Clock is ticking, Addie. 3, 2.
I don't even know anyone. When you're on here, I can't even think of anyone that starts with W.
Who invented the word vomit? William Shakespeare.
Oh.
All right,
Ah,
here we go. Two
okay.
last ones.
Okay.
Sarah, JD.
Okay.
What is, I have laughed far more than 13 times. What in 1 hour? What is Scooby-Doo's full name?
Scoobitus doobitus. Made that up. It should be.
Sarah, no?
I don't know. Scooby Doo. Do. I don't know.
Scoobert.
Scoobert?
That wasn't made up. I didn't make that up. Okay, last one.
Okay.
Here we go. Dan and Colin, last one here on this Friday. What is the collective noun for a group of unicorns? JD knows this. Do not.
A cloud?
No, Colin, it is such a blessing to have you guys here today. It really is.
Is it rainbow?
It's always a blessing to have you here.
A blessing.
Yes, it's a blessing, a collective noun for a group of unicorns. Again, just want to say thank you so much to Sarah Lopp, LoppRealtors.com. Dan, tonight people can see you at the Jeffersonville River stage starting at 7 o'clock.
8:30 at 7 o'clock for the skinny, 8:30 for the juice box. Heroes.
And it's your 10th anniversary. Going to rock it. Great weather. Congratulations to you all. Thanks for joining us, Colin. Addie, we'll find out where Addie explores starting next week once again. And JD, thanks for the workout. Have a great weekend. Thanks for kicking it off with us at Extol Live. We'll be back at 11 o'clock next Friday as well.